are marked out by their unflinching resolve to better the lives of those who have elected them into positions of power. They do this often so as to leave footprints on the sands of time. The above description rightly captures the personality of the incumbent president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, whose dedication to duty as the number one citizen of the country can be best described as unparalleled. When he was contesting for the presidency in 2015, he made series of promises, part of which was addressing the poor infrastructural state of the country, from bad road networks to the construction of a second Niger Bridge to complement the existing Niger Bridge, which was constructed in 1965. Before his administration came on board, the infrastructural needs of the country, especially the construction of the bridge, which was formerly a gateway to economic development in the country, have largely been given the deserved attention by successive governments. Those that gave the construction a little bit of attention were hit by a huge dearth of fund. But when Buhari, the vision-driven president, came on board with change mantra, he changed the story. Construction of the second Niger Bridge became a top priority of his administration. His administration took it upon itself to begin the construction of road networks across the country. Today, the country has turned a new leaf in terms of infrastructure. In keeping with the tradition of the president, who is known widely for transparency and accountability, members of the House Committee on Works from the National Assembly visited some of the sites where the projects were ongoing. The visit, which is part of their oversight function, was to ascertain the level of work that has been done so far by the various companies in charge. The first port of call was the Enugu-Onitsha road, where members of the House Committee on Works on arrival were taken round and shown the level of work ongoing on the road. According to the Federal Controller of Works in Enugu State, the Enugu-Onitsha road was so bad that it became an embarrassment to the ministry, and so, when the minister visited in May, he appealed to RCC to come out and do serious maintenance on the road so that people can use it, especially during the Yuletide season, while the process for the award of the main contract is still ongoing. He explained what was going on the road.
The first 15 kilometers of this road on this side, which is 30 kilometers now, is not a contract yet. But the road is so bad that it's an embarrassment to the minister. So when the minister visited the state in May, he appealed to RCC to come out and do serious maintenance on this road so that at least people can use the road, especially during the Yuletide season. Why the process of award is being fast-tracked? But you know we have a public procurement act. It cannot be in a hurry to be lawless. So the process is still ongoing to award the main contract.
The representative of the RCC construction company said that they had to react quickly to the situation because of the need to maintain good road network and make lives of people better. He explained the level of commitment by the company to ensure that the road is put in good shape so as to avoid road accidents.
While we are waiting for the main contract award, you can see RCC, because of our relationship with the contractor, even though there is no contract yet, they are here to do maintenance. This bridge was almost covered and there are serious gullies around here. You can see them walking here. It has collapsed. Meanwhile, this maintenance is continuous. We'll be stopping at some very critical points. Because of time, we may not stop everywhere. We'll drive through and be alighting the positions though we have serious failures before.
The chairman of the House Committee on Works, Right Honorable Toby Okechukwu, while explaining that plans are being made to activate the contract, said it was the only section of the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway that has not been awarded yet. He, however, said that the House will make sure that the contract is given as soon as possible, as the road could be dangerous, especially as the Yuletide season is approaching. Explaining the nature of the road, which is supposed to be a dual carriage road, the supervisor from the committee regretted that the construction company, which was formerly in charge of the road, the CCC, has performed below expectations, which is a major reason the road is still not in good state. From the Enugu-Onitsha road, members of the House Committee on Works were taken to the Enugu-Makurdi road, where they inspected the level of maintenance still by the RCC construction company. One of the members of the committee stated that the Enugu-Makurdi road is the major link between the southern parts of the country and the north and deserves to be constructed to the best standards. He, however, expressed confidence that the RCC will do a good job as they have started with some intervention measures.
In the sense that they have reached the stone base level, and I don't know what stopped them from just priming the stone base and then possibly putting asphalt on it. This will ease the pains of travelers on this road. Now you have moved to another section, and you are there again doing the same kind of thing. By the time you will come back here, as we are here now, you can see that the stone base has already been shattered. It means when you return back, you are going to still put more stone base, go through the same process of compaction and watering and priming before you now begin to lay your whatever courses of other wearing course materials you have. And I think if we must be able to, as a providing palliative measures for the people, I think it should be holistic and complete.
On his part, the Federal Controller of Works in Enugu, Engineer Femi Onyekami, said that the design has taken cognizance of the need to construct the road into a dual carriage in order to make for easy transportation. He also stated that the ministry is dedicated to ensuring that all roads are constructed to international standards, as it has even established a department in the ministry known as the Quality Control Department, which functions to visit federal roads that need reconstruction and conduct tests, after which they present results to the ministry. The personnel from RCC explained that efforts are being expedited to make sure that the road is motorable, especially as the Yuletide season is fast approaching. A member of the House Committee expressed dismay with the non-holistic approach to the road maintenance and charged the RCC to speed up measures in order to ensure that the roads are put in good shape, especially as the Christmas season is approaching. He said that the problem with our roads is not the analysis, but lack of proper supervision.
So what I'm saying in essence is that the RCC should live up to its billing. Nigerians regard them as a reputable construction firm, just next to maybe Julius. But the work what we are doing in the southeast has nothing to show with our road rating of work. Better step up and do something. And for the controller, let them be made to do that work. Let the construction company be made to do that work.
Reacting to this, the Federal Controller of Works said that efforts will be made to ensure that the various constructions by the Federal Ministry of Works are constantly supervised in order to deal with the issue of slow pace of work and other road-related challenges. From the Enugu-Makurdi road, members of the House Committee on Works were led to another location where an outstanding section of the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway was being rehabilitated to international standards by the RCC. Awarded at a total contract sum of 62 billion, the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway is almost being completed, which further indicates the firm resolve of this administration and indeed the Ministry of Works to improve the quality of road networks in the region. From the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, members of the House Committee visited another section of the Enugu-Onitsha Road, which is being handled by the Niger Bridge, a construction company established in 1961 and famed for its dexterity in the art of road construction. Addressing the committee, the contractor in charge of the construction explained that efforts are being expedited to make sure that the road is constructed to global standards, as the company has made available high sophisticated equipment and personnel for the work.
The good thing is that the client, especially the Federal Ministry of Work, they are really advancing and they are staying up to date with the new technology that should be adopted. I give you an example. A long time ago, I remember, I've been in this country for 18 years. We used to do the shoulder surface dressing. Who is using surface dressing? Nobody. So this technology, it's turned to be obsolete. We can no longer use it anymore. And this is the same things that happen here. We came before them, they came and they have a new idea which is good from them, which is also good from the client who has really adopted this technology. We have been processing the same approval for ourselves. Certainly we are technically fit, we are ready, we have all our lab equipment, all our material, all our staff, local and expatriate into this matter.
He also pointed out some of the difficulties that could be experienced at the course of the road construction, even as he reassured the committee of the company's readiness to deliver on their mandate. On his part, the chairman of the committee regretted that the section of the Enugu-Onitsha road that is handled by Niger is facing contractual issues, which are why it has remained in its poor state. He charged the ministry to ensure that such challenges are resolved so they don't slow the pace of work.
Essentially, the budgetary allocation had always been occasioned by the presence of contractual issues. Most of the time, when you have contractual issues, the contractor cannot return to site, no matter how much you put. So what is important is the approval.
Exactly.
From the section of the Enugu-Onitsha road that is being handled by the Niger Construction Company, members of the Committee on Oversight function were taken to the section of the Enugu-Onitsha road that is being handled by the RCC company because of its very bad state. The road is almost impassable. Explaining the level of efforts put in place by the company to put the road to good shape, the personnel from RCC said that the contract, which was awarded in 2017, is being constructed to the highest standard. But the chairman of the committee regretted the slow pace with which the last section of the road on Enugu-Onitsha that has been awarded is being handled by the RCC. He entreated the company to speed up measures on the section as the company is arguably one of the best in the country.
We are here when the contract has not been awarded. The only good news is that it's been awarded. The bad news is that it's still not motorable. So we must make sure that comes into shape, and we must make sure that the road gets motorable within the next 2 weeks. The first line of action is to clear the drain and evacuate all this rubbish. Once you do that, we are not fearing rain anymore. Whether it's laterite, you don't even need to do any stone base. Clear it, grade it, let our people pass at the interim.
Explaining the reason for the slow pace of work on the Enugu-Onitsha road and Mawobia of Omonia sections, the contractor said that they had not received any mobilization for the construction of the road. Also expressing his displeasure with the slow pace of work, the Commissioner for Works in Anambra State, who was on ground to monitor what was happening, said that RCC is not living up to expectations as they are not always available to work on the road. He explained that the poor state of the road is having a whole lot of effects on the people of Anambra State, especially on the economic life, as good road networks are determinants to economic success.
This is a day we have been waiting for. The Minister for Works has visited this project. He promised us on this project that this is a continuation of what they are doing in Enugu, that RCC, they don't need another mobilization to start work, that they are going to start. He went to His Excellency, he did that. Last week, when His Excellency traveled to France with the President, he called me from France because he was talking to the President. They told the President that they are working on this road. His Excellency called me, I think they put it on speaker, I was talking. He said you should drive from Onitsha to Oka. I drove, nothing is happening. The RCC you are seeing today now, maybe because they heard that you people are coming. We don't see them. So please, we as Anambra people, this is an international highway. and people, Onitsha is our market. People from Okana, for them to go to Onitsha, they pass through the old road. And because of the load, the axle load put on old road, it fell in.
The chairman of the House Committee said that the contractors must optimize the use of the clement weather in working on the Onitsha-Enugu road, even as he promised that the House will push for the release of the money that is meant for the construction of the road. He also called on the RCC to make sure that the road is made motorable as the Yuletide season is fast approaching, so as to ease families the stress of traveling home and deal with the issue of armed robbery, which usually arises as a result of obstruction on the road. On some of the challenges that are being experienced, he said that there is the paucity of fund, lack of mobilization, and the issue of specification, all of which have slowed the pace of work. He stated that there has to be post-contract construction management on roads, as the absence of it usually brings about lots of challenges.
There is virtually no work that is going on. And the contractor has complained about paucity of payment and lack of mobilization. There has to be somebody who will maintain the road. You don't need the road to collapse completely before you address the challenges. That is why in every section, in every part of this country, we have the same type of challenge. Challenge again we have is that we've done the budget. There's about 6 billion on this road, but I'm afraid that not up to 20-30% of it has been paid to the contractors. So it's good enough to appropriate our budget, but fund releases is very critical. So the Ministry of Finance has to do something, and we will also have to address that when we go back. Find out why there is paucity of fund release. You can't work with bare hands. So the committee is not satisfied with the level of work. We are satisfied with the level of contracting that have been given to this, attention given to the roads, but we are not satisfied with the level of releases and the level of work. So there are two different things: to award a contract and fund it.
From the Umunya and Amobia sections in Anambra, the chairman of the House Committee on Works and his members were taken to the second Niger Bridge that is being constructed to global standards by Julius Berger Nigeria PLC. Welcoming the committee, the contractor said that many efforts have been put in place to ensure that the construction of the bridge is devoid of challenges, both on the part of workers and on the part of the government. He explained that the second Niger Bridge is not only a bridge, but a bypass for many locations in the south, adding that it is about 47 kilometers separated in 3 phases.
The second River Niger Bridge is not only a bridge, it is a bypass of the roads of the cities of Asaba and Onitsha. So the entire second River Niger Bridge project has a length of about 47 kilometers. And it is separated in 3 phases. This one here is phase number 1, which is the center part, including the bridge. So the project here, this project here is a bridge of 1.6 kilometers crossing the River Niger, and a road of 10.3 kilometers. So the total length of this section of this project here is 11.9 kilometers.
On the challenges experienced during the construction, an engineer with the company said that work on the bridge was slowed during the high water season, as it was 10 meters higher than it is during the low water season. He, however, said that the bridge is at 50.5% of the overall project, assuring the federal government and the people of every effort that is made to finish up work on the bridge. The chairman of the House Committee charged Julius Berger to make every effort to ensure that the sections on the bridge are finished in less than 42 months, as there is no challenge of payment. From the second Niger Bridge, members of the committee were taken to Ebonyi State, where the Nemenome Mburumbunara Road with spur to Obagu Uduma Road is being constructed by Arab contractors. Speaking during the inspection, the Federal Controller of Works in Ebonyi said that the project was awarded in 2017 and that ever since, a lot of efforts have been put in place to make sure that the road is constructed to the highest standards.
5.800 to 28.
That's the budget so far. It was awarded last year. They've done about 1 year. So far we are at 13.2% completion. If you look over this chart, this shows us the yellow one is where work has already been done. The green one is the one in progress. So you see they've done all these works up to here. The jump we passed, now they are here. Progress is going on.
He said that the road construction is being slowed because of compensation issues and other in-house challenges, but hoped that they all will be addressed. On his part, the chairman of the House Committee called on the Federal Ministry of Works to speed up every measure that should be taken, as the people are already expressing happiness with the work that is being done. Awarded at a contract sum of 6,437,166,957 naira. The length of the project is 27.5 kilometers, with the main road having 19.00 kilometers and the spur having 8.50 kilometers. The road construction, which began in June 2017, is expected to be completed in 24 months. Speaking during the inspection, the chairman expressed dismay with the wearing of the road, which, according to him, is a bit coarse. He also remarked that the Arab construction company is experiencing the challenges of compensation, which ought to be addressed.
So if they are happy, please expedite action. We don't want it to last more than necessary from here, because from all indications, the compensation issue and the issue of the omitted works will delay the thing abysmally. So we want you to bring that up so that if there is any need for us to intervene.
Also speaking during the inspection of a bridge that is being constructed by Setraco Nigeria PLC, the chairman of the House described the level of work ongoing as satisfactory, as the construction company is really working hard to meet up with the completion date of early next year. He thanked the Nengwe community for their level of cooperation with the construction company, as well as their responsiveness to the dividends of democracy that comes their way. The area manager of Setraco in the southeast, Engineer Seraph, said that Setraco is committed to delivering the best to the government and indeed the people, as the company is famed for excellence in construction works. From the construction in Ebonyi, the next was the inspection of the rehabilitation and reconstruction of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, Enugu-Onitsha Section 3 by CGC Nigeria Limited. Speaking at the end of the inspection, the chairman of the House Committee said that they were not satisfied with the pace and quality of work all along the 22-kilometer of work that has been done so far.
Then after that, we can make an assessment of the quality and the level of satisfaction. You know, road construction is not artwork, it's science-based. So we're expecting the results, and we're giving the supervising engineer and controller certain results that we would need.
On his part, an engineer with CGC Nigeria Limited promised that there would be improvements on the pace of work in order to meet up with the deadline that was agreed upon. The next port of call was the inspection of the rehabilitation and reconstruction of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Dual Carriageway Section 1, Enugu-Onitsha Tower, by members of the House Committee on Works. Handled by MS Setraco Nigeria Limited, one of the country's leading construction companies, the road construction was awarded at the sum of 39,548,900,597 naira and was commenced on the 21st of September 2013. With a total length of 59.5 kilometers, the road pavements suffered various deformations and distress. On the challenges faced by the construction company, the deputy chairman of the House Committee, Honorable Abubakar, said that funding has remained a very big challenge, which continues to slow the pace of work on the dual carriageway. He, however, promised that the House will make every effort to ensure that the needed funds are made available, as Setraco has not stopped working even with no payment. From the dual carriageway, members of the House Committee were taken to inspect the rehabilitation of Enugu-Port Harcourt dual carriageway section 2, Umuahia Tower, Aba Township Rail Road Bridge crossing by Arab contractors. Speaking on the level of work done on the road, the deputy chairman of the House Committee said that the construction company is doing a good job, but regretted that there might be a point of compromise somewhere on the road if nothing is done.
From our observation, we were here sometime last year, and there are some situations that we pointed out at that time that we believe will help the durability of the road. We have just referred back to them now. The road, as per construction, I think they've done a good job, but we are concerned about the durability of the road, and we have just pointed out a likely point of compromise, which we have agreed with them now that they're going to act on, so that the road can really last. So that's what we are talking about. We are concerned about the inner shoulder and the drop, the space between that and the median. So I think we have agreed on that.
On how the visit by the House can further hasten the pace of work, he said that it was their job to visit construction sites and see for themselves what is going on, if the funds that have been appropriated are properly utilized, and to also listen to the complaints of the contractors, all in a bid to come up with the best. With the various road constructions presently ongoing in the eastern part of the country, there is no denying the fact that the present administration, with the help of the Ministry of Works, is all the more committed to making the lives of the citizens better in terms of infrastructural development. The construction of the second Niger Bridge has somewhat reduced the rate of unemployment, as a good number of youths are employed to work on the site. When the bridge is completed, it will definitely open up vistas of opportunities for Nigerians, as it will also serve to encourage foreign investors.